G'day everyone and welcome back. We've got another episode in the lead up to Team Champs 2026, talking with some of the coaches, although this time not a typical coach or club. I'm joined by Alyse Salib. Hello, Alyse.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. I'm glad to have you on. Alyse is leading the charge with her team, Blunt Force Baddies.
Yes, that's correct.
Talk to us a little bit about who you guys are and what how this team came to be.
So the Blunt Force Baddies, we're just a group of girls who powerlift. I knew already one of my team members. I had discussed with her prior to this comp how I'd love to have a team for Team Champs, and then we just made it happen this year. So we talked to people that we know, and it turns out Kim, who is also from Strength Culture, would be able to be part of the team, and she has a client who is our fourth member, Tori. So that's pretty much our team.
Love it. And so unlike a lot of other teams, like you're not necessarily a club or you're not necessarily a specific coach and their clients and stuff, you're just a group of girls that want to lift weights.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we thought we'd make funny little videos with it and have a whole team experience and do group training sessions here and there.
And that's part of the fun of it. So whereabouts do you train personally?
So I train at Hustler Gym.
Okay.
I'll actually be moving after this week. So I'll be down at Peninsula Barbell after this. So I'm at Hustler. Maddie is at Hustler. I don't know exactly. I think Kim is at Training Day or World's Gym. She kind of goes between a couple of gyms. And I have no idea which gym Tori trains at.
All right, well, that's probably a good time to maybe introduce some of the group of girls that you are. So you are four girls.
Yeah.
And maybe let's start with yourself because that's an easy one. So you've been lifting for a while. I've seen your face around. You're a referee. I know you're refereeing next week at Vic States as well. So talk to us a little bit about your background and your lifting experience.
All right. I started in September 2023. That's when I joined Melbourne Strength Culture. Like I was a regular gym goer for a couple of years. I saw one of the coaches in the powerlifting space. She had coached like a friend of mine, but not powerlifting, just like general. And I saw she coached powerlifting, and I thought that was really cool. But I waited a year or so until I started. I just didn't think that I could do it. And then one day I was like, okay, I'm just going to join a powerlifting gym. And yeah, I knew I was obsessed when I went to get my first pair of knee sleeves, but it was actually, I had to go to like Maidstone for it. You know, Jeffrey at your gym, I found him off Marketplace and got my knee sleeves for the novice comp. I'm like, yeah, I'm traveling this far. I think I'm obsessed. Yeah, so been obsessed ever since. Did 2 sanctioned comps since then.
Cool. And so this will be a third sanctioned comp. What are the 2 comps
This will
that
be
you've done?
my third. Pardon?
What were the other 2 comps that you've done?
Oh, so I did Strength Culture Cup in September the following year, so 2024. And then May 2025, I did the movement comp, which was at that Anytime Fitness.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah.
We had a few from our gym go as well.
Yeah, it was such a great comp.
Yeah, excellent. RIP Melbourne Strength Culture. It's funny, doing a lot of these interviews, so many of the people have come through like MSC, it's just like a testament to like how much of an influence they've had. So it's just interesting to hear like, another one coming through doing the novice comps and being part of the gym and whatnot. So
Maddie and I did the novice comp together. So
yeah, good one.
Yeah, that's kind of how I knew her, and she started training there.
Okay, and so you're competing in the 84 kilo category?
Yes, that's right. So I'll be competing in the 84 kilo category. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't really look at the weight categories too much. I've always hovered just above the weight class I was in, whether it was USAPL, the first comp, I was just above the 75s, and then now I'm above the 76, even though I'd say it's a little bit more than just above at the moment. But yeah, that's kind of the category. Until I'm competitive enough, I don't see looking at the weight classes as a big thing. Like I'm not going to go do a dramatic cut if I don't need to.
No, of course not. No, good one. Okay, so there's yourself, and then who else have you got? You mentioned a few of the names, but introduce them for us.
So Maddie is in the 84 plus category. She'll be in a very stacked class. I told her at the start that it's actually not stacked. Going off the previous years, I was like, this class, it has the least lifters. I was just trying to like get her into it. Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll actually probably get to place. And then now there's like well, it's 8 now instead of 10 of them.
Started with 10, right? So this is for our listeners, Madison Snowden, right? And she's in the 84
Yes,
plus.
Madison Snowden. So she's been lifting, I think, a little bit longer. She lifted previously than when she joined at Melbourne Strength Culture. We'd probably joined around the same time. I would say she's a bit of a deadlift specialist. That's, her
big lift.
Really strong lift, but everything's moving really well at the moment. It's funny, I didn't talk about training at all, which we can get there later.
That's fine.
Yeah, so she's been really enjoying the training. She's got exams around the same time. She's studying as well. So, yeah, that's the dedication.
Good on her.
For you.
And so you and Maddie are the ones that pioneered this whole thing, right? Like you two are friends?
Yes.
Yeah, good one. And then who's our third person?
So Kim is lifting in the under 76 category. She has been to bench nationals before. So she's a huge bencher. I think at the moment,
Kimberly
Cesaretti.
Cesaretti, yep.
I believe that's how you say it. Yeah, she's done about 8 comps actually. So quite an experienced lifter.
Cool.
I actually didn't know that prior to being on the team with her. So even I'm getting to know the girls a little bit more. Yeah, she's just a really enthusiastic person. She's a great coach. So obviously she's in the fitness space. She talks about body image and like healing your relationship with food a lot. So she has quite a good influence on a lot of women as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what she puts together.
And who's your 4th member? So
Tori is our 4th member. She'll be lifting in the 84 plus kilo category class. 2 of us are in that class. I didn't really look at it too closely. Initially, when I was picking the team, I did want everyone in a separate weight class, but it just turned out that she matched the vibe, and that kind of was like more of a reason to pick her than to say, no, we actually need someone separate. Like being competitive is something that I would have liked to be able to do, at least on the challenges day. But once I started running the numbers a bit, I'm just like, yeah, no, everyone's just too talented. So there's no way that we can be competitive. And if there was an award for the coolest or most vibiest team, like I think we would win, but there is not.
I'm glad you've got your priorities set straight. And so, Tori's in the 84 kilo plus category. And kind of we said before we hit record on this that, that I made a comment to you and a compliment that you guys are bringing good energy already, even in the lead up, with some of your social media posts. That's clearly like a priority for you guys, right? Just to have fun, bring some energy.
Yeah, some good energy, some girl power energy, just a little bit.
Where did the name come from? Was that your idea?
We did brainstorm it a little bit. I did want it to have like a bit of an edge to it, but use, I guess, like a slang term or a known term for like girls. I thought baddies was fun because we did want to make some reels that, ruffle a little bit of feathers. Yeah.
No, I love it. And so we've got the 4 lifters, but interestingly, tell us who's going to be coaching you on the day.
So this is like, it was really tricky for me to work out. At the start, I thought I could do it. And then, I realized that we would probably be in the one session. And it turned out that we are in the one session. So there's no way that I can lock in and lift and be handling on the day. So my coach, Brittany Romas, she will be fully coaching and handling us on the day. And she's bringing an assistant coach with her, Despina. I don't know how to say her last name. I would assume it's Niniakos, something like that. So Despina is also a coach. They're both coaches, so that really helps as well when it comes to handling. Brittany has handled before in the past, so she's not going to Worlds. That's why initially I didn't have her for a while, and I thought like I'm going to have to do it or ask like an external handler to do it. So I'm really glad that it does end up being my coach. So yeah.
Excellent. I think, interestingly, like when I first put team temps together, the idea was always like one coach and 4 lifters. And the idea was, obviously the lifters are the important part of any powerlifting competition, but the idea is to kind of like uplift and kind of promote the coaches, promote the brands and the businesses and the gyms and whatnot. And so you guys have kind of almost done it in reverse, where you've got the lifters, and you're like, we need to find a coach. We need someone to
Yeah.
actually take care of us and make sure things go well. And I mean, you've got a very good name in Brittany Romus. I mean, people listening to this podcast, I mean, almost everyone should know who Brittany Romus is in Australian
Yeah.
powerlifting. And she came to our comp last year because Bo was competing. And I want to say that she refereed a session or she volunteered in some way. And I remember
I
after
think
the
she
comp,
did referee a session.
yeah, and then
I
she made a
got,
comment to me afterwards how much she loved the comp and she'd love to be involved in the future and maybe she can put together a team. So I feel like this is in some way her way of being involved. And I mean, this is kind of her team in some way now.
yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm really excited to have her there, and we have custom t-shirts for them as well. Let's hope they come in time. I'm pretty sure they will. Like, we've just made enough time for it.
Well, that was going to be my next question is you guys are bringing the energy. Talk to us about what ideas you've got, what kind of things you're doing. You know, like you're wearing a bright pink t-shirt right now. It's like, you
Oh,
got this full of color,
I
full of
have to be
energy.
on
I'm
theme.
very bland, you know, I'm very Melbourne. I'm just like black all the time and I'm not
Yeah.
as creative. So what kind of things are you guys trying to do to pump up yourselves and
Okay,
bring the
so
vibes?
we have
So we can
made,
copy because I want other teams to do the same. I want other teams to bring the energy too.
yeah, we've kind of gamified like like we've made characters. So I am Hype Baddie. So I love,
Okay, I like this.
so I love all the hype, getting the back slaps, the ammonia, like really cheeing up for a lift and bringing the energy. And I think it works because I kind of made the team. So you got to have that person hyping them up. Maddie is Goth Baddie. So she's the one.
I feel like these are like characters from like the Powerpuff Girls, you know? It's like you've all got your own characters. Yeah, I like this. This is sick.
Yeah, like we're pretty, like we did that early on. Like we found it hilarious. And yeah, I would love that we can emulate it on the day, but there's only so much you can do with soft suits in so little amount of time. Like I've got my outfit like in my head, but we'll see what the others come up with.
All right, so we've got Hype Baddie, we have Goth Baddie.
Goth Baddie. So yeah, she listens to a heavy metal music and wears all black all the time. So she definitely emulates the character a lot. We wanted it to kind of match up in real life personalities as well a little bit. And Kim, she came up with this. So this isn't me calling her unhinged. This is her name. So she's Unhinged Baddie.
Okay.
She was actually going to be ADHD Baddie originally. And I think that's funny because like she has ADHD and she does like a lot of different jobs like randomly together. Like she just is such a busy, like charismatic person. She's just like always on the go all the time. So it's just very much like she'll do anything random and just like use up every single minute of time. Very classic ADHD, but she liked to call it Unhinged Baddie, and it's really funny.
I'm curious to know how she's going to how she's going to like represent, or how is Unhinged going to come out on the day? Like,
well, I actually don't know. We've been discussing it a little bit, but she's really got the vibes, and I think the best part with like finding the other half of the team was that she matched the energy as well. So like when we were like initially talking about it, she was like coming through with ideas as well. So I'm happy that I found like team members who match that level of energy that we wanted to put into it. Cool. And Tori is our groovy baddie.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what does that mean?
It means that, you know, she just dances after her lift. She has her little dance that she does. And yes, she's just going to bring some groovy vibes. And
cool.
Yeah.
She's a cool one. All right. So you talked about outfits. Like you've got your outfit sorted. You've got Goth Baddie's going to be in all black.
Yeah. Well, I would assume so.
Right. There I think back to some previous examples, like from previous years, like we had Chrissy Dask bring a team once, and they were all wearing, like, they all had matching hairstyles. People have matching ribbons. Like you said, like there's only so much you can do, but there's actually a lot. You can have matching socks, matching jewelry. You can do like different hair things, like things in your hair, or like there's lots of ideas, I suppose.
Yeah, I've thought about the things in the hair. Like you can really play the hairstyle up to like match your fit.
And that's kind of what I want, is like I want the clubs to come, and like all the teams, but especially like the clubs, you know, to come into some sort of like as a unit. You know, you turn up as a unit, you work. It's like boss music as you're walking up the driveway, and you're all like
exactly,
as a pack and stuff. You know, you all step out of I imagine like you all catch the same Uber, and the Uber drops you off, and you all just walk out like
that'll be a very expensive Uber. I don't know if we're all going in one car.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we'll have to like meet before it and walk up all in one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or if you can't get a Uber, maybe you can organize like a limousine. You know, you walk out of a
Yeah.
limousine with your duffel bag and you just like boss music plays. That'd be really good.
Yeah.
Um, Now you also mentioned that you're on the same session, so that's going to be even cooler. Like I'm sure you're glad that you're actually all lifting in session 3 because you're on day 1, session 3. What are
Hmm.
you expecting? What are you expecting out of that?
Well, it's quite convenient, right, that we're all going in at the same time. We're not spending the full day there. Like, I do think it can be quite tiring as
Oh,
well.
for sure.
I've never had a comp that I am weighing in the middle of the day. So I find that kind of weird, but I do get to relax and like take my time with it. And I won't be stressing out like on the drive if I were to be driving there at like 6 a.m. or something like that. So I'm really happy with that. I think it just makes things go easily and you can see how everyone's doing as well, like simultaneously.
Yeah,
I
I
actually
think
don't know what to expect. I've never done a comp in the afternoon.
there's going to be a lot of value about having all 4 girls at the same time because you're warming up
Mm,
together and you'll be bouncing off each other and stuff. Whereas a lot of the other teams, especially
exactly.
on because in the past we've only ever had 2 sessions in a day, so now that we've got 3 sessions in a day, so the schedule's out. If you're listening to this and you don't remember, there's a 9 a.m. session, a 12 p.m. session, and a 3:15 session. And so with 3 sessions, like it's very possible that some teams will have 1 in each, like 1 in the morning,
Yeah.
1 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening, for example. I say evening, but the 3rd session. And so even though you're as a unit, you're a bit spread out and you don't kind of have that interaction. Whereas, yeah, you guys are all the same time. So at least you'll be able to train together, or not train together, sorry, warm up together, arrive together or leave together. It'll be quite uniting for you guys, I think.
Yeah, I think that will be really exciting. Just being able to do all of it together. I've had really good comp experiences. So for me, it's always a good time. So this just makes it like an even better time.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned that you've looked at the nominations and you've done the numbers and you're like, okay, we're not gonna be super
No.
competitive. What would you say are your goals? Like, if you had a chance to think about it as a group, do you care about the team result, or do you have individual goals that you might be going, okay, cool, if one of us can get a podium here, or if I can score that, like, what have you kind of thought about for yourself and
We
for the team?
have looked at it like right at the start when it came out. We looked at like our own categories first, or I pretty much wrote a list and I showed it in the chat, and everyone wants the opportunity to place if it were possible. In the A4 kilo, like the plus kilo class, I think that Tori may have a chance to place 4th looking at it. And I think that she has someone who is nominated, like, is either within 10 kilos or the same total that she put up with 387.5.
Hmm.
So I do think she has a chance to like push a little bit. So we've each got, I'd say 3 of us have like someone who's directly nominated with the same total. Like in my weight class, I have someone directly nominated with 325 kilos. So I think like that's fun to try and at least like beat that. Like even if I don't place, like in my class I can place because there's only 4 of us. So I'm pretty sure, is it 4 or 5
Yeah,
now?
yeah, there's
It's
4 on
4.
day 1. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 and then it became 3 and then it became 4 again. Yeah, I think that was a great move on Jack, by the way, to put that person there is taking points or someone else being first. Great move. But anyway, so like I looked at it a little bit because I did get a bit like, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can come back next year as a premier. But I do think it's just not going to work out that way. Like, I'm just being realistic here. So, yeah, we each have someone that we can, I guess, directly have an opponent on the day to be like friendly competition, of course. Like, we're going to be nice about it. But
You can be blunt about it if you need to. It's fine too.
oh, yeah, exactly. But I think it will be fun. Like, it's fun to have some competition. I've never had that in comps before, just at local comps. So I do think, like, sometimes I've been the only one in my weight class, something like that. So it's nice to have others there and have someone that you can, like, go head to head with. And Maddie has someone as well in her class that she can directly go head to head with. I think they were nominated, like, very similarly as well.
I'm glad to hear that you're feeling like a little bit competitive as well. Like you are still paying attention to the other groups because, yeah, especially for like a lot of the girls' classes, like you said, you often will compete on your own. And a story I've
Yeah.
shared numerous times in the past, even in this series, but also in the past series was about 2 years ago in the 2024 comp. We had in the 48 kilo category, there was only one lifter initially nominated. And then after the rounds of changes, there was five. And so it was five girls in the 48s. And, you know, a lot of those girls were really grateful actually that there were so many in their group, because they said to me, well,
Yeah, they were
being on
having
those fringe classes, like the 47s and the 84 plus, like oftentimes we're lifting by ourselves. We're the only ones. And so it's actually nice to have a bit of competition and some girls to warm up with on the same rack heights and the same weights and stuff, because we
Yeah.
just normally don't get that. So even when you said before about Maddie and you said to her, well, you know, you might be the only one. And then ironically there was 10, when there was 10 84 pluses, like even I was shocked
That
to
was
see that.
insane. I was so shocked. Yeah.
And I mean, like, if you look at, I mean, it's obviously a very, very different point and very different standard, but like the Open Nationals this year, there's only 3 84 pluses, you know, like only 3 people were at the 84 plus at Open Nationals. Now, of course, to get to Open Nationals, you need to hit a qualifying total, and that's a whole separate thing.
Well,
But
it's
the fact,
big
the fact that we
total.
had 10 nominated was like so good to me. Like, I love seeing that, because yeah, it gives you girls a chance to, and not just the girls, but any of the classes who normally lift alone, to have a bit of depth.
Yeah. And surprisingly, like the 76 is usually a class that I thought would have a lot more depth, but there's only like 5 lifters. And at some point there was 4. But Kim is pretty much like 4th is a placing, but it's like in this competition, it's not enough to go to the premier bracket. I do think you need more than some 4th places to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of like we can all gun for like 4th, or in my case, like either 3rd. But a lot of it is just, yeah. So Kim's very much like running her own race there, because there's quite a gap between 3rd and 4th, and then 4th and 5th, there's like a big gap. So I do think that's kind of where she's going to end up.
I appreciate you making a comment about 4th still being a placing. So for those that are listening that might not understand, the point scoring goes 6 points for first place, 4 points for second place, 3 points for third place, 2 points for fourth place, and 1 point onwards. So basically your placings go 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So if you finish 10th, you get 1. If you finish 5th, you also get 1.
Yeah.
But what you're kind of alluding to there is, as long as you finish above 5th, like if you finish 4th onwards, you're scoring more points than you would otherwise. And so in a weird way, yeah, finishing 4th is a place, because you're scoring more points than if you finish 5th. And if you finish 5th or 7th, it's the same result anyway. So there is still incentive to try to finish 4th rather than 5th.
Yeah. So while our goal is to have fun, we do like looking at that. Yeah, it is just about having a good time on the day, but it's also about having some like friendly competition and doing the best that we can as a team. Like if the opportunity arises that we can go for a higher placing, like obviously that's what we want to do. But
yeah, great.
Yeah.
Now, what would it mean, or like how are you going to define this competition as a success? Like if the day, once the day ends and you're debriefing afterwards, you know, when you look back on it, what are the kind of key metrics that you're going to say, yep, that day was a success? What are the, I guess, key outcomes you're maybe going for?
Well, hitting the lift that we thought was like the best of what was each, like that we could put up for each discipline on the day. Just having fun and vibing with each other and making a lot of memories on the day. And even in the lead up, like I think we're making the most of it as a team. Like I just think it's such a waste with a comp like this. If you're not doing team training together, if you're not making funny videos together, you've put it to waste. Like you've put a whole team opportunity and like making memories together to waste, because like it's meant to foster that great team environment that you don't really get with other things. And I'm saying this as someone who didn't like team sports, never got picked for team sports, and was more of like an individual sport person. Like myself, before I did this, I did like distance running. So I was always in solo sort of sports, because I guess I never had that team experience. So having that now, it's like, it's really fun and in a sport that I love.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think the lead up is actually such a good point. I remember Team Champs 2023, Alex Delaportis brought his team 3-point performance. And, you know, he said he looks back at that very fondly and says it was actually quite a pivotal part of his personal training and coaching career, because the lead up, well, not just the day, but the lead up was so good for the group. And then even the people like, I mean, obviously you guys aren't a gym or a bigger conglomerate, but even for the other members in the gym to see the group training together, working hard, you know, that set the tone, that set the standard, that inspired other people. Like those team sessions were really, really valuable. And yeah, I think a message to the other clubs, if you're not doing team training sessions, you're missing out on a lot of value. You guys all train at different gyms. Are you trying to coordinate, you know, a weekly session or a fortnightly session together?
we try and coordinate. It's actually only been like one so far, but we've got 2 more coming up. We've got like a great idea. Like we try and make it social as well. So we're doing something like afterwards socially.
Yeah,
So,
go for
and
it.
then
Yeah,
we do
awesome.
content ideas with it as well. So we've all been waiting for this idea. Like it's something Maddie and I wanted to do together at Culture, and we never got a chance to do it. So we've invited the team to do it, and I think it will be like the best thing ever.
Cool.
So
I look forward to seeing it.
yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
good one.
all training at training day together. It's just more accessible for all of us. The casual rates are pretty good as well. So it just works out that way, and it's quite a central location for us.
Good one. Well, like I said, the team sessions, the bonding, it's such a great experience. And I like that you mentioned, making memories. Like you'll look back on it. Hopefully you get a photos package from Thirds. You'll have some sick photos. You'll have some good memories,
Yeah.
great videos. It's going to be a really good time. Alyse, it's been great chatting to you. I appreciate you setting some time aside to introduce your team, Blunt Force Baddies, with us. I love that you're bringing some good energy. We've got a social team coming, but a team that's still going to be relatively competitive. So thanks a lot, and best of luck with the next 6 weeks.
Yeah. Thank you.